The Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively legal battle continues. Obviously, we talked about this on Friday. Ryan Reynolds was behind the decision to request a gag order on Justin Baldoni and his legal team so that they can't present evidence to the public for us to formulate our own opinions. That obviously shows that they have more to hide than Baldoni and his team. Doesn't look good for them. But now it looks like the tables have turned dramatically on Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. They're about to get humbled. They're about to get dethroned from their position of power in Hollywood because the court is going to order them, on the other hand, to fork over all of their correspondences via email, text messages, anything related to Justin Baldoni and It Ends With Us is going to be available to the public soon, at least if you believe the source that is telling Daily Mail. This is from over the weekend. Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds will be subpoenaed for all texts, emails, and messages that they sent about Justin Baldoni and the film imminently, Daily Mail has exclusively learned. A source familiar with the proceedings told Daily Mail, unequivocally, yes, all parties should be aware that they will be subpoenaed and deposed imminently.
I'm just laughing because I'm just picturing Ryan Reynolds. He's like, how did this get this far? Like, how
he shouldn't be wondering that because allegedly Ryan Reynolds is behind the whole thing. Allegedly, this is really more his fight than Blake's.
Well, he stepped out of line, or he's like, he made a mistake on this one then.
We have what I believe are 30 Australian dollars. New crisis party, who dis? We're going to hear it in a minute.
Sure. I don't think that's quite the next crisis party, but we're getting close to it, guys. We're getting very close to it. It's going to be great.
But, you know, I'm looking at Candace Owens posting on Instagram about her talks with an inside source who was involved in the movie. And this anonymous source claims that Ryan Reynolds became massively insecure about Blake Lively having an emotional affair with Justin Baldoni. So he was the one who kicked off this entire battle against Justin Baldoni. And in fact, there's some mixed motivations here. Ryan Reynolds is allegedly using this lawsuit not only to punish Justin Baldoni for crossing professional boundaries with his wife, but also to publicly humiliate Blake Lively.
Yeah.
They think Ryan Reynolds is using this opportunity to punish his own wife for crossing him.
Told you, I bet you more than a few people believe that nobody can be that nice and affable in public and not be a little bit more at his level of success.
And you remember when I first said on this show that I don't like Ryan Reynolds.
Look, but
I said it and everyone was like, what do you mean? He's great. He's the nicest guy in Hollywood.
Okay, so when you say that, my mind doesn't go to like who he is as a person.
Yeah.
My mind goes to like what you think of him as an actor.
Okay, but I was saying that I just don't like him.
Okay.
And everyone was like, no, he's handsome, he's charismatic, he's perfect in every imaginable way. And I always had a bad feeling about him. You can go back and find the evidence. This is true.
Yeah.
And it's not just that thing where news comes out about someone and you're like, oh, I never liked that guy.
I mean, a lot of people.
I really never liked this guy.
There's a lot of people that naturally disliked him because they feel like he plays the same character and everything, anyways. So,
but a lot of people like that character.
I'm saying he was never not a polarizing person. Mm-hmm. He was always polarizing.
So Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, along with their PR agent Leslie Sloan, they're being hit with deposition requests, which will see them ordered to provide hours of testimony and be questioned by Justin Baldoni's legal team. Another piece from Daily Mail says Justin Baldoni's trove of WhatsApp messages and videos he believes will torpedo Blake Lively's career for good. The unedited footage, full exchanges, and the notorious pumping message revealed. So this is all coming out on the website that Baldoni's team is planning to launch. They are planning to launch a website that shows all the correspondences, all the unedited footage from the making of the movie to the public so that we can not be treated like idiots, right? Not be manipulated by a bunch of narrativizing about these events, but really see the evidence for ourselves to make our own opinions. They say it can be revealed that Blake Lively needs to brace herself for cancellation and worse. Multiple sources connected with the lawsuit confirm that Justin Baldoni's team are building a full website on the case, which will be open to the public. And when it goes live, it will include numerous snippets of unedited footage from the film, including anything which speaks to Blake Lively's original complaint about her co-star. Brian Friedman, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, says, "We have all the receipts and more. This might extend to footage of one scene which Lively has complained about where her character in the movie is giving birth."
Yeah.
She claimed in her lawsuit that she was pressured into simulating full nudity. Justin Baldoni's team say that she was covered by a prosthetic baby bump and hospital gown. The website will also include fully unedited WhatsApp text and email exchanges between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, such as a message where she invited him to come and run through lines in her trailer, saying that she was pumping breast milk.
I'm sorry, but like maybe it's just me, but I imagine that in the year 2025, the idea of being invited into like a trailer with no cameras is just a horrible idea in Hollywood.
Unless you have a third person there.
Unless there is a third person there in Hollywood. Like, look, regular people might be able to do that because regular people ain't Hollywood and it's not full of the weirdos that seem to infest that universe.
This could cast doubt on Blake Lively's assertion that Baldoni had entered her trailer on multiple occasions while she was breastfeeding, causing her distress. It's unheard of for one side to present such a trove of evidence to the public. Independent of court filings, the move has been described as super aggressive and will cause outrage among Lively's team. Brian Friedman, Justin Baldoni's lawyer, also provided a new comment to Page 6 after the request for a gag order went public. He said, "The irony is not lost on anyone that Blake Lively is petrified of the truth that she has moved to gag it. The immense power that she wielded in Hollywood, built on pure fear of her husband and their powerful friends, namely Taylor Swift, came to an end the moment that Blake Lively planned a mass distribution of a disturbingly false and well-calculated hit piece in the New York Times."
People can be all mad at Taylor Swift now, too, because a lot of people think the NFL is rigged because the Chiefs won yesterday. There were some questionable calls in that game that got people wondering, is it all fake?
Yeah, I saw people talking about that. People are just questioning everything now, the very foundations.
Poor Josh Allen.
Well, they are a sports entertainment company like WWE. So it theoretically is possible, and that would not be criminal if they rigged it. It's sports entertainment.
I don't know.
They are allowed to do that.
At least Josh Allen's like, I get to go home to Haley Steinfeld, and I guess that'll have to be enough for now.
It's consolation enough. Blake Lively did this with the sole intent to ruin the lives of innocent individuals, and then went the extra mile to place blame on a fictitious smear campaign, all because she quite simply could not accept that the public had organically seen through her facade. This is the lawyer's statement. Brian Friedman is framing this in an entirely different way than a lot of observers online are coming up with. Based on mainly Candace Owens posting about this, she's saying she's talking to an anonymous person that worked on the movie and was aware of their disputes before it went public.
Yeah.
And this person is claiming Ryan Reynolds is the villain. Yeah. The leading theory here is that Ryan Reynolds is behind all of this, that Blake Lively is merely getting dragged along, that she never intended for it to blow up in her face like this, and it's Ryan Reynolds' mission to both humiliate Blake Lively and come after Justin Baldoni's career, but in the process, destroy his own public image. He doesn't even care. He's going scorched earth. Like,
what's
that's
weird
the theory.
Is, I mean, that's it's kind of backwards too, because I saw somebody in the chat earlier said, so you think he's a bad guy for defending his wife? That would make it even more nefarious, because look, we've had that discussion. It's like, even if you disagree with your significant other, your wife, you disagree in private and you agree in public.
Yeah.
in this case is the idea here that he doesn't even he disagree with her in private and uses it as a way to like harm her in public. That's diabolical.
Right, that would add a whole new sinister layer to the whole thing.
This is the guy that apologized for getting married on a plantation. I'll never understand that. You know, a guy with as much social cachet as he had could have just ignored it.
Then he juxtaposes himself with Justin Baldoni with the nice pool character. Like, you're just as woke, dude. You're just as woke and annoying. But, I mean, this is really possibly the case that Ryan Reynolds doesn't care if he burns down his own career in the process, as long as he gets to drag Blake Lively and possibly Justin Baldoni down with him.
I think honestly, if anybody comes out of this on top, it's probably still him. Like,
Ryan
I mean,
Reynolds?
I'm saying like if anybody survives it on his side, more so like she might not work for a long time. I don't see him being all that affected as far as his work. He's too deeply embedded production wise, meaning that he can act all he wants because he's going to be producing a lot of these roles. And people have worked with far more nuclear people than Ryan Reynolds in a PR battle.
Well, Justin Baldoni is really going to be winning out.
No, he'll be fine. He'll be fine.
And I hope that by the time Justin Baldoni's lawsuit for defamation against Blake Lively and the separate one against New York Times have come to a close, not only does he get vindicated in the public eye, I would also like to see his former talent agency address the fact that they did that to him, and maybe even the award that was revoked from him, give it back, and all of these people like Colleen Hoover or even Amber Heard, who publicly made statements against him, take it back. I mean, retract what you said, or else get sued yourself.
If I were him, I would want to get away from the Ally Award anyways because it's cringy as fuck. But
he loves that shit. He's a male feminist through and through. Yeah. So he's really in this because he's a true believer and he needs to prove to everyone, like, no, I'm really the male feminist that I claim to be.
Look, to be fair, like him and his wife have done a great show of their own version of PR, which is like they're out in public, they're out with their kids, they seem genuine. They're all actors, they're all fake on at least some level, but this story is a lot more funny than, say, Marilyn Manson, which is a lot more depressing to talk about.
Well, now Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are planting fake positive stories in the media. They are in full PR crisis mode.
Yeah, I saw you post about this.
This is from People magazine. Ryan Reynolds shares adorable photo of wife Blake Lively's dog-inspired cupcakes.
They paid for that one. They paid for that article, ladies and gentlemen.
Literally, let them eat cake energy. Yep. Like, it doesn't get more transparent than that. You can't. I feel my intelligence is being insulted. My intelligence is being massively insulted.
The thing is that that's not designed for you. That's designed for the people that don't really have a clear idea of what's going on. They know they heard somewhere that there was maybe some bad publicity relating to Ryan Reynolds and who's that lady he's married to? Oh, Blake Lively. Like, they just know there's some bad publicity. It's the same thing we always talk about. It's about controlling SEO, meaning that now this is what comes up when you search his name.
Right, exactly. And it's not working. It's not working very well for them. And I don't believe for a second that Blake Lively actually made those cupcakes. Okay, that was an intern. That was an intern. I don't believe it. And I also saw another fake positive headline from Daily Mail. Ryan Reynolds reveals how gentleman Hugh Jackman inspired his work ethic as an impressionable young actor as best friends hype each other up amid threat to their reputation as the nicest guys in Hollywood. I didn't even know that Hugh Jackman shared this reputation.
Yes, oh yeah. Everybody loves Hugh Jackman.
Which is weird because
he's kind of like,
he also has a shady reputation for cheating, being part of a cult. He's in a cult.
What?
He's not a Scientologist. He's part of some other really weird, obscure religious cult.
Yeah, but people like him because he's kind of like Hollywood. Hollywood loves the idea of putting forward their idea of masculinity in current year. And this is a guy who's both simultaneously known as Wolverine, but also loves musical theater and working on stage and singing.
The best of both worlds.
The greatest showman. They love that dichotomy.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.